Well, welcome into Sports Extra, folks. I'm Marcus Greaves, joined by Caleb Johnson from 92.9 The Game. Appreciate you being here, man. This is nice, bro. I'm going to tell you that.
Festive mood.
Very festive. We're also joined by 11 Alive's very own Reeves Jackson. Fellas.
Marcus.
Let's do this, huh?
Absolutely.
We look good.
Let's do it.
Hey, this is a squad right here. I was saying we kind of look like the Avengers. I like this, man. But Falcons, they got another win. Believe it or not, folks, they did. I want to know how we are feeling. Caleb, we'll start with you.
I mean, it's the most wonderful time of the year, right? Meaningless football. That's what we love. When the Falcons can play a 3-win team and get the win, you feel really good. And I feel like there will be a referendum on the entire season's performances, especially when Kyle Pitts is amongst the mix as well. And Kirk Cousins, was a part of winning football. It's all good, but unfortunately, it doesn't mean a whole lot because the playoffs are out of reach.
They really are, and it is unfortunate. But at the same time, if you can play good ball, you can play good ball. Reeves, how are you feeling after a win like that?
I just wish that the Falcons could play like they were eliminated throughout the entire course of the season. I mean, I know Raheem Morris is coaching for his job right now, and then just getting to see the talent of Bijan Robinson and just another phenomenal season culminating in what we saw today. And then, like we talked about with Kyle Pitts, continues to thrive with Kirk Cousins. I know something we'll dive into a little bit deeper, but like we talked about, it's a 3-win Cardinal team, so hard to really be too excited. But it's another good win for the Falcons 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, and you kind of have to balance it, whether it be, listen, you're happy that you got to win, or it's just the fact of, yes, you got to win, but it was against a not great Cardinals team, and then on top of that, you're not going anywhere, so does it really matter? I'm going to say it does matter, but one person who has been very impressive is Bijan Robinson. Cracked 2,000 yards from scrimmage after this game against the Cardinals. I mean, is there any step that he needs to take for this team, or has he kind of just done his thing? And I guess I don't really even know how to ask this because he just seems like he does everything every single game. Can we ask him to do any more?
I mean, Marcus, can he be an offensive coordinator? Like, I think I'm wanting to know, because I think at this point to have 168 total yards, with what he was able to do on the ground and then catching passes, it's just been so impressive and so much fun to watch, especially the way he's able to like snag them out of the air and make an effortless run to the end zone, an entire drive that is completely based around Bijan Robinson just taking the rock and making things happen. It's so much fun to watch. But yeah, I mean, if he could fit offensive coordinator in the mix, I mean, I feel a lot more confident about what the Falcons are doing.
Hey, listen, have him coach the team, have him get the ball, take the snap. It doesn't really matter. He can really do it all. Reeves, I do want to ask you this because Drake London did return. He was banged up a little bit, missed a few games, but he was back, caught 3 passes, 27 yards. Yeah. Obviously, not the most productive day from him. But the question now remains, should they just sit him? I mean, does he really need to play the rest of the season? What do you think?
It's interesting because, like you said, he definitely did not look 100% like we've seen Drake London, especially with Michael Penix earlier on in the season. But the Drake London conundrum is interesting to me because he seems like a totally different wide receiver when Kirk Cousins is a quarterback versus Michael Penix. And we always have seen that with how receivers play with different quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins with Drake London only averaging 66 yards per game, but with Michael Penix almost 97 and has scored more touchdowns under Penix. So it's interesting, and we've seen the kind of the flip-flop with Kyle Pitts, who plays much better with Kirk Cousins. So, I still think you should have. I still think we should have Drake London out there, see what he can do with Kirk Cousins, but definitely didn't look 100% today. But good to ease him back in the mix.
And you did say it already with Kyle Pitts and Kirk Cousins. It just seems like they almost had that connection. And I get it. Sometimes you have a little bit of rhythm with a different quarterback and a different receiver. But Kyle Pitts, I mean, we know the story of Kyle Pitts. Let's not act like we don't. But today, what was it? He caught 7 passes, 57 yards, and a touchdown. I mean, have we figured him out? And by that, I mean, is it just he needs Kirk Cousins as his quarterback?
Through his last 4 games, I think it's career numbers for him. But as far as franchise record and receiving yards for a tight end, which is crazy because like this team had Tony Gonzalez, and so and I think for all the expectations that we had of Kyle Pitts when he was drafted years ago, and he's not ever really turned into that unicorn that was expected, to see him play like this and to know that Kirk Cousins is the guy that's been able to make it happen, and it also coming with wins, you're like, all right, these are all good things, and it kind of makes you wonder about the future.
Yeah, and is it more because, which is what I do want to get into now, the fact that there's no pressure? You're not making the playoffs. now you just have to go out and play a team who's in front of you. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. It doesn't really matter now, of course, for contract-wise and, your value going forward, of course, it's going to matter. But at the end of the day, does it just seem like the Falcons maybe just play better? Guys like Kyle Pitts, Kirk Cousins, Bijan Robinson, do they just play better now that they don't have the pressure to make the playoffs?
I almost feel like some of the play calling is even looser, like with Zach Robinson and Raheem Morris, now that there's no pressure to make the playoffs. Like today, they ran a play right there. Jake Matthews drops a touchdown pass in the end zone. I see other teams run those types of plays in the regular season when games are on the line or when it's late in the third quarter, fourth quarter, and now they're running that play when the season doesn't even matter anymore. Like, why aren't those creative plays in use earlier on in the year? And instead you're like a 4th down and 1 play here in this game, and Bijan's not even on the field. So like you still have glimpses of that too, where you're like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But for the most part, they do seem to be playing better.
Yeah.
Without the pressure. Granted, it's Arizona, but they still beat a good Tampa Bay team in Tampa Bay on Thursday night, the week before. So.
And we saw in that Tampa Bay game, Raheem Morris, after that win, go up to the camera and shake it, yell a little bit. Does it seem like the pressure's off him as well? And then, of course, I have to ask, because at this point it's going to be a weekly thing until the season's over. Do we feel like his job is safe?
No, his job's never going to be safe.
Okay.
And I think they're at a point where everything has to be on the table. You have to evaluate all your options. You don't know who your quarterback's going to be next year. And I don't think the general manager's job is safe either. Like, everything has to be on the table. Arthur Blank has to evaluate everything going into this offseason because, once again, you were eliminated from the playoffs. It's all well fine to end the season on a high note and, hey, great, we coulda, shoulda, woulda, but you didn't. And so you have to deal in the reality.
Reeves, what do you think?
The only fear I have there is I completely agree. I don't think Raheem's job should be safe, but I almost look at it as like, does Arthur Blank and Rich McKay, whoever's making those decisions in the higher Falcon up executive front office, are they looking at like, oh, wow, we had 1-score losses versus Tampa Bay and New England and Indianapolis and Germany and Carolina in overtime. Oh, we could be a 10-win team.
Right.
Well, the reason you're not a 10-win team is because Raheem Morris and his in-game decision-making, that's the problem right there.
Yeah.
So, and it's his second year. Part of me is scared that they're going to give him a third year, but we'll see,
man.
Yeah.
We'll definitely see. They have played the second most 1-score games since 2022 with 42.
That's crazy, actually.
Unreal.
That's an insane amount.
That is an unreal number, but it is what it is. That's Falcons football right now. That's what we get used to. Yeah.